Streaming there. So I'm trying to pick up and he just keeps sprinting when I'm like, oh. Alright, there's that market open, guys, right? So we're gonna get some volume, gonna get a little volatility in there. Keeping an eye on ES. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let me just put YouTube up in the top corner. Perfect, perfect. Again, I'm looking for some ES short positions. If we could sweep that buy side liquidity, if we sweep that pre-market high. So I'm looking for us. This is ES on Bookmap right now. So I want to see 5607. So I'm going to zoom out on Bookmap and see. Not too heavy over there. 5607. Not really seeing anything at the moment. So I'm going to watch it, right? We got to be careful. Heavy market participants don't have their orders sitting there right now. Want to be aware of that. Good morning, YouTube. What's going on, guys? Good morning and hello. Discord, what's up? Hello. I should be able to hear you guys now if you guys got any questions too. Right now we're just waiting for the market to do something, give us a little bit of a move. Let me fix this. Make it normal. That should be small enough. You know what's crazy too, guys? I tried to get on today, and I have a wireless mouse, Bluetooth mouse, and it's just not working. So I'm looking at ES. There's some pretty big selling right here, right? So I know that if we do break above this strong sell wall, this 55.91, there are going to be a lot of trapped sellers. But right now, they're defending that area, and they might want to try to push us lower. So if we're looking for a trade, we might want to look for a potential short, a scalp short. You know, we have been very strong to the downside. And look at this heavy level, 55.73. That's right down above this demand zone over here. 55.73 is a very strong level, and a way we could find our targets is by looking at where some like recent pivots are, right? So we have this one right here. There's that downward momentum I was just talking about. We have some sell side liquidity sitting right there. We have some more sitting right over here. So right now, and guys, when you're making your lines with TradingView, if you hold the shift button, it will straighten it for you. So that's pretty useful, that's pretty helpful. So we're really just waiting right now. I do think if we aren't making our way back up here to that buy side liquidity, I do think we're going to want to sweep these lows. So I expect the NASDAQ to come to its demand zone down here. Now, the demand zone, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, okay, well, we have a previous day low right here at that 19,758, and we also have a pre-market low right there too that rejected that previous day low. So I want to see if buyers want to trap sellers, so anybody who's going short, seeing that we're breaking downwards, see if they get trapped in the market before we make another push higher. If that's the case, we would probably look for something like this. We'd look for a long entry, and we'd look to target these highs that are sitting right here. And we would bring our stop loss up a bit. With this stop loss we would play with, and we would figure out where our stop loss would be when we get down there and have a reaction to that zone. So we're staying patient. Again, we have ES on the book map right here. We could see this level, strong selling. I think we're going to get another bit of a push lower. Alright, NQES, what do we got? Just staying patient right here, again, some selling pressure. Would definitely consider shorting the ES. Look how strong the selling pressure is on ES. NASDAQ is trying to hold here a little bit right now. I am watching that weighted index and our equities, guys. Always good to be aware of where and what our equities are doing when we're trading something like the NASDAQ and ES. We have a pretty strong move right here on Meta. Look at Meta with a bit of a strong 476 to 480 already, right? And it's Friday, so options are always a go-to, especially when you're trading something like a large cap stock. Options are great on Fridays because you have 0 days on things like Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia. All of these large cap stocks have 0 day options, like we would have a 0 day option on SPY or QQQ. So now I'm looking at this, I see sellers tried to step in, and immediately there was some pretty strong buying pressure. So now we're targeting this 55.91 if we want to hold, right? Some pretty heavy buyers coming in to support us. Look at all this buying pressure coming into the NASDAQ. Beautiful. We're just waiting right now. We're just waiting. Nasdaq seems a bit stronger at the moment. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. We got a new 5-minute candle opening up right now. So weird. I don't know if any of you guys got any Apple products or anything, but whenever you make the slightest Siri or I got an Apple Watch make a slight movement, it picks it up and tries to do whatever it can. Like, it just started playing some music. I don't even have that music downloaded. So here's some good buying pressure, right? We're coming up to this 55.92 level that we mentioned earlier. See how they started to pull the orders off, but they added them right back? So the sellers are trying to protect their orders, right? The sellers stepped in here. They're trying to protect this level. 55.92 is a strong level for sellers to protect. So if we wanted to play it short, we could put our stop loss around 55.92, 55.93 to play it safe, right? And that would be if sellers did want to continue lower. So that would be about a 3-to-1 risk to reward right there. I'm not taking this trade because I don't know if buyers are going to want to push us higher. We have been making lower highs. Just recently this morning, we've been making some higher lows and higher highs. But if we zoom out, we look at even the 30-minute, 15-minute, look at all of these lows. Bears have clearly been in control. So I'm going to stay patient here. Again, we're coming up 55.88 on the ES. And we're just staying super patient at the moment. I'm definitely considering some shorts on the ES. Maybe if we could break back below 55.84. But I want to see how we react to this level right here, guys. Weighted index is looking a little choppy at the moment. We're staying patient right here. Again, these sellers might want to hold us. We might not even come up to this level. So let's see if buyers want to push us close. If buyers could push us back to the 55.90, I'll take some shorts. We'll try to run that lower. Again, target would be 55.74. So we have a pretty good target down there because that's that liquidity sitting there. So personally, quite honestly, I might take the short. Let's see. Let's give it a minute, guys. Let's give it a minute. See if sellers do want to hold this up. Meta is rejecting a key level right now. I'll tell you what. We'll go in pretty light on this. Let's see. You see how the buyers are picking up here on Bookmap? But we're taking out these lower levels. So let's see if we get one more push up here. Give us one more push into this 55.90, 55.88 area. And we could even see on the 1 minute that 55.80 has been pretty strong. So here we go. We're coming into that level. If we reject, I am going to take some short positions on the ES. If we push through it, if we start to erase this level, I'm not taking any short positions. So here we go. We're starting to erase that level a bit. Some buyers are stepping in. Let's see if we want to take out that high. Oh, there we go. Sellers are again holding it. So we're staying patient right now. Weighted index has some strength, so I'm going to stay out of this trade. We're starting to take this zone out. The only way I will take some shorts at this point is if we could get a pretty big buy bubble up here and then instantly reject. What that will tell me is we have sellers trapped in the market, or I should say buyers trapped in the market. We have a fair value gap right here we're going to keep an eye on the 1 minute. We have, let's see. You guys know I love my optimal trade entry lately, so let's see if we do have any of that lining up over here. OTE lines up right up here, so let's see if we have any type of confirmation up there. Not much really going on up there, so there's that break of that level. You see how the strong buying came in. We took that level out. I didn't take the trade on that. I'm staying patient. There's not much holding us here, but it did say if we could get a strong buy bubble and reject and trap those buyers, I'll take it short. But right now, we're in this fair value gap. I'm not seeing any sign of buyers getting stuck. I'm going to stay a bit patient right here. Definitely some potential right here for shorts, but look at the buying pressure, right? We don't want to go short if we see all these green bubbles and all this strong buying volume, right? Going short there would not be a good idea. So now that we're back up into this zone. Do we have any type of fair value gap up here? Nothing really to enter off of up here. So I do think buyers might want to take it. Remember, this morning's pre-market plan, guys, is I wanted to take shorts at this 30-minute supply zone after we took out that buy side liquidity. So we're starting to reject that optimal trade entry. Again, the only way I'm going short is if I see strong buying and then I see a sweep right back below. So we're not getting that right now, right? Look how strong these buyers are right here. Again, we're at a point where if you want to take any trades, you're looking to go long, but we're not looking to do anything right now. Because look, we're now taking out this bit of a high. We're getting some strong buying pressure. Again, crude oil's got some good buying pressure too. Nasdaq's pushing higher, very good. Let me make this a bit smaller. Some good buying pressure, but look, it's ticking. It's strong here. Let's shut off. We don't need crude oil ticking at us like that. Yes, some good buying pressure. I want to see it push just like that. Perfect. Nasdaq also pushing pretty strong. Good stuff. That's just using Bookmap, using the heat map, and understanding where the buying and selling pressure is, right? We were looking for a short entry. We didn't get it. Why? Because we started taking out these levels on Bookmap. So again, original trade plan was to look for a liquidity sweep above 56.07 into that supply zone. Boom, strong orders. Good volume coming into that right now, which is really great. So let's see. Let's see what we got here, guys. Because now at this point, if we're taking the ES short in that supply zone after we sweep those highs, I really want to see it reject and then go sweep all this resting liquidity down here. Because now we have new liquidity sitting right at this pivot. Whenever we see pivots, there is liquidity sitting there. Why? Because anybody who gets into the market going long, they're most likely putting their stop at a recent pivot low. And stop losses create liquidity. And the market loves a good stop hunt, as we all know. So I'm keeping an eye on an ES short up there. I do want to see if there are any supply zones on the Nasdaq to match up with it. A little bit right there, but not really. Mark that out as some buy side liquidity. Let's just make crude oil much shorter. We're not looking at crude today. We're looking at the Nasdaq and the ES. Me personally, I would like to see this short play out. Okay, so we're getting some selling. We had the absorption indicator show us here. See that I was paying attention to the chart. I should have seen this absorption right here. That absorption came in as soon as we swept this recent high on the ES. So that absorption came in. That would have been a great place to take some short positions, whether we're scalping or looking for a reversal. But we're going to stay patient here. That was not part of the plan. Apple with the big rejection. I'm just staying patient here, guys. No trade yet. Gotta trade the plan. So I'll say good morning. I see a few new faces up in here in Bullish Bears. What's going on, guys? Just want to say hello and hope you guys are all doing well. Hello and welcome. See, we got, who do we have in here? Yeah, I see Quick Trader, Sleepy Bear. What's going on, guys? What is up? What is up? So nice rejection there off that absorption indicator. What up, Mavic on YouTube? What's going on? What's up? What's up? What are you trading today, man? What are you looking at? Guys, if you guys want to see any specific charts, please let me know as well. So nice sweep right there. I want to take a look at how's the Nasdaq doing. Also had a strong sweep. Look at the sweep indicator right there on Nasdaq. Same thing. It swept in reverse. That sweep indicator, guys, is huge. ES1, nice. So you're looking at the ES. That's this chart right up here. So good stuff. Good stuff. Let me get this off the screen for now. We're sort of just waiting for this setup to hit. I'm just staying patient because right now, guys, we're just chopping around, right? We're in this range. We're in this price range from 82 to 03. It's about a 20-point price range. Some strong selling. This is the Nasdaq. Look at that selling pressure that came in there, guys, right? So we're not going to be worried. We didn't miss the move. We're just going to stay patient. Because if this move, if it does decide to reverse before we get our trade plan, we're just going to find another trade setup off of the price action that formed, right? So we're never chasing a move. We're being patient. If we miss the primary move, we look for the pullback and trade the secondary move. Little bit of a fair value gap here on the NASDAQ on the 1 minute. We'll see how that plays out. Let's see. Now we might not come up to that 1 minute fair value gap on NASDAQ till we get a push lower. Now the reason for that, right, so let's see. Good selling pressure. We want to be looking for bearish setups, guys. We want to look for selling setups at the moment because of how strong the bears have been. So right now I would say, okay, let's be patient. Let's see. Maybe we'll look for our Fibonacci, right? So we want to know where our optimal trade entry is on a potential pullback. Right now, I do feel like bears are going to want to continue this push lower on the NASDAQ. Let's throw up our NASDAQ chart on the heat map. So we're going to wait. We have our optimal trade entry right now is right up here on the NASDAQ. Now think about it, guys. Our optimal trade entry falling into this 1 minute fair value gap, while we have another 1 minute fair value gap right here. I feel like a lot of sellers are going to try to step in. Maybe retail traders try to short right here. And what happens? We break it. They hit their stops. They stop out. And then we reject the one afterwards. How many times do you guys get in a trade? It hits your stop loss, and as soon as it hits your stop, it rejects and comes back the other way. And that's why we have to be patient and know which zones to trade and which ones to not trade. And the optimal trade entry is a huge help. Yo, Nevada Terry, what's going on, man? Haven't seen you in a while. What's going on? What's going on? So we're just waiting, and we have to adjust. Look, if we end up pushing lower, we're going to end up adjusting that optimal trade entry, right? And maybe we will line up in that 1 minute. But as of now, this is our low. That is our high. This is our optimal trade entry right in that fair value gap. Now let's see if the ES also lines up with any sort of OTE, optimal trade entry. So not really. We're not really getting the cleanest setup on the ES for an OTE, right? We'd sort of look for this fair value gap right here to hold. But right now we do have an imbalance, right? So we had this fair value gap right here, and now it created another 1 minute fair value gap here, and then another one, right? So that's the market imbalance when you get fair value gaps on both sides. So this is a pretty strong zone on ES. I'd like to see if that zone could hold about 55.93. So here's that push lower on the NASDAQ. Again, I did say bears are probably going to want to take us lower. Been very bearish lately. So we just adjust our optimal trade entry. And we're just staying patient right here. We look at our 5 minute chart, right? Because remember, the 5 minute could create a fair value gap too. And that might not form for 6 or 7 minutes because we have the minute 38 left in this 5 minute. And then we have to create a whole nother 5 minute candle to either create the fair value gap or not. So we got some time on this. And again, what's great with waiting for a fair value gap or an optimal trade entry is we have to wait for the market to make its primary move, and then we enter on the pullback. And what's great about that is it gives us the ability to adjust our stop loss, understand the context of the market, and we get a feel for if the move is going to be real or not, because we need that initial move to create our entry. I'm looking at the 15 minute. 15 minute looks very bearish if we could close below. So let's see. Close below right there. We'll make that purple. And we'll do one more on the ES as well. Because again, if we could close below there, that would give us a basing, a green basing, and a red sell-off candle. And if that's the case, that gives me extra confirmation that we're going to continue lower, because now I'm using my supply and demand tactic along with my ICT concepts, smart money concepts, and that's what we need to do. We need to look for confluence and confirmation. Something I did want to mention was yesterday on the NASDAQ, it gave us a few nice setups, and I caught some nice shorts on the NASDAQ, but it kept rejecting at the 50% and right before the 61%. So anybody who was waiting for that OTE did not get filled. So I'm going to see if the market wants to do the same thing today. So we have some absorption coming in, some pretty big buying pressure coming into the NASDAQ right there. Let's see if we want to push through. Same with ES. Look how heavy this 55.95 level is. Just staying patient, guys. No reason to rush in, no reason to rush out. We have our zones. We have to be patient. I'm going to make this an inverse fair value gap, so it'll be gray, so I know that that is a different. Make this one blue, so I know this is my fair value gap. And again, let's throw up our optimal trade entry, see if it does line up anywhere. Now I see the 61% is lining up inside this fair value gap on ES. So again, I'm going to be looking for confluence. I want to see how we trade into that zone, especially on NASDAQ too. See that strong move into NASDAQ. Let's see how we react in that zone on the NASDAQ. Now, because the stop loss is so tight on that, we could enter right out the gate, but we're going to stay a little patient. We're looking to short the NASDAQ here, but we're going to wait and see how we react off that zone. It's coming up to OTE, optimal trade entry. There's the 61%. I want to see if we could get some type of absorption or something that signals that we should reverse at that point. So there's ES in that fair value gap. There's the NASDAQ in that fair value gap. Going to give it just another minute because we could blow right through it. We don't know yet. I am going to place my limit orders out there. Let's see if it fills, see if it pushes through and fills. And again, if it runs and hits my stop, it runs and hits my stop. That's no problem. We start our position with the starter position, and we know how much we're risking per trade. When the trade starts to play out, that's when we could potentially add. Now, it's rejecting really nicely off of that optimal trade entry, so I do hope it pushes one more time to give me that entry. How are we on the 5 minute? 5 minute was pretty strong though. So I'm going to look to enter in that OTE up there. You guys will probably hear it go cha-ching if it fills. I'm going to move my entry down a little bit in case we reject. I moved my entry right to this 61% right here because it does look like we're rejecting now, guys. So let's see. Give me one more push up. Let me get filled. Might have missed it. We're going to stay patient though. There's no might have missed anything. If it starts moving, we'll figure out an entry and figure out our stop loss. Staying patient here. Could be making a bull flag right here before it blows through. So we're staying crazy patient. Did not get my entry yet. It's going to pull back a little. Let's see if it wants to tap that 61% one more time. YouTube, I'm going to skip that ad for you guys because not going to do that to you. If these buyers could fail, I'm just going to jump right in with a sell limit. We're pushing up again. Because of these upper wicks we're making, sort of want to be patient here because we could blow it through. Nah, I like that we're holding it. We're going to wait. Again, I have my sell limit order at 19,931 on the NASDAQ. Oh, no, I'm going to start the position there, guys, because I like that selling pressure's kicking in right now. I still have a limit order at 61, but we're in shorts now on the NASDAQ, guys. We're in shorts right there. Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Because again, we're keeping an eye on that 5 minute, keeping an eye on that 15 minute. 15 minute closes in 5.5 minutes. So we got time for that 15 to push down and close again. So that's awesome. That's exactly what I want to see. Exactly what I want to see. Perfect, perfect. So again, we're short some ES contracts, right? Some NQ, I should say. I do still have a limit order to sell at 931 in case we pull back, but it tapped it twice. It tapped the fair value gap and started to reject. We're going to be patient. 5-minute closes in 17 seconds. Got to keep an eye on that 5-minute. If that 5-minute breaks above strong and closes strong, we have to be very careful. But I like the selling and I like the 15-minute time frame. What up, Moonshift? Okay, I like that 5 close. So we're going to be a little patient. What is up, y'all? Yo, Discord, guys, just so you know, you guys, please feel free to talk, chat away. You just got to turn your push to talk on Discord, and, of course, feel free to chat. So ES with a little bit of momentum. Let's see if we get some divergence, right? If ES wants to make a high while NQ makes a low. But again, I'm already in my short positions. I want to see if we can play out to the downside. Good buying right there. Good buying right there. Strong buying bubble right there, guys. Gotta be careful. Gotta be aware of that. This is the... Is this the CVD? No, that's the market pulse. No. Yes. So again, let's see if ES wants to make a high and NQ fails that high. If that's the case, I'm going to end up adding to this short position.
Hi, Kevin. Yeah, it looks like there's a breaker block at 19,900.
Nice, nice. All right, ES made that high. NQ's failing that high. I'm going to... Ooh, it missed my add by a tick. I'm going to throw my... I want to add to it at that 61% pretty bad. So let's see if we do want to hit that one more time. But now we do have that divergence, and ES is in that supply. I almost want to take ES short right there. But we're going to see. We're going to see. Some buying pressure coming into the NQ right there. I still have another sell limit at 19,931. So I wanted to add to my shorts if we get into it again. And, alright, so there's my add. Now I'm in more contracts. My stop loss is above the fair value gap. And, yeah. We're going to wait and see. We're going to wait and see. I want the divergence to play out, but now ES is breaking that fair value gap. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Nice rejection. Nice rejection. That SMT divergence is what I was looking for. So look, the NASDAQ is trying to make a lower high, while ES just made a bit of a higher high. So that's bearish divergence on the NASDAQ for our short trade. So that's very good. That's what we want to see right now. Now let's see if this 5-minute wants to dump, and if this, I ideally would want the 5-minute to dump all the way to this purple level down here. And that would be huge. That would bring us very bearish. Some weakness on ES. Weighted index looks pretty weak right now too. Great add on that trade so far. So far, we have to wait. We have to see if we want to push lower. Nice, beautiful. Beautiful. Just waiting right now, waiting. Look at the absorption. Look at all the strong volume coming in. Okay. That's good, but now strong volume could mean one of two things. Strong volume could be buyers trying to hold it up, or it could be strong selling to continue. So we have to be aware of the market conditions and look at what's going on. So I do know that we have a lot of liquidity to the downside that we might want to take out, and I do know that the past few days have been very bearish. So because of that, I'm going to stay patient on this trade and see if it wants to play out versus exiting now for a scalp. There we go, some selling pressure. We have 9 seconds in this 1-minute candle. I'd love to see the 1-minute continue lower here. Nice, nice. Beautiful, guys, beautiful. Oh my goodness, what a trade. What a trade. We're in 2 NQ shorts right now. Gorgeous SMT divergence off of an optimal trade entry fair value gap. Just need that 15-minute to continue lower. 46 seconds in that 15-minute, and I want it down here, and it's coming down there, guys. We could have a real nice trade right here, guys. A real nice 9-to-1 trade. That's gonna be dope. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. 30 seconds left. I need this to dump to that purple level and hold and close below that purple level. Oh my goodness. TGIF, am I right? Alright, I sort of want to scale out of a contract here. Just to play it safe in case we do range. But I mean, look at that momentum. I do want to hold this and get that nice risk to reward going there. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, how'd the 15 close? Alright, still pretty bearish. I might look to take a contract off at that purple level. I'm in 2 NASDAQ short positions. Great selling volume right now. Oh my goodness, guys. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas and hallelujah. Oh, beautiful. Alright, I'm going to get out of 1 contract. Oh, no, it wicked it. It wicked it. Give me 1 more drop. I'm going to get out of 1 contract at that purple level. Perfect. I'm out of 1 contract, guys. Just secured 1,000 in profit off of 1 NQ short. I'm holding 1 contract left. Oh, man. Run, baby, run. Beautiful. Beautiful, guys. Oh, man. I might just take my full profit at this low down here. It's going to depend on how the market reacts. And again, too, if we want to create a fair value gap on this 5-minute, that would mean we push lower, we hold lower, and the next candle pushes lower too, leaving a gap within this zone. So right now, this is a stress-free trade. This is no problem. We're just chilling on this right now. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Some buyers are trying to step in here. We have to be careful. See how buyers were holding these levels. Real good stuff. Strong buying right there. Oh, man. What an awesome trade so far, guys. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Give me 1 more dump. We're staying in this. We're not going. We're not getting out yet. We do have some more divergence because now ES did not take out this purple level low. NASDAQ did take out that low. Just staying patient here. We have fair value gaps up here that NASDAQ might want to tap or not, right? So I'm staying in these short positions, looking at the 5-minute to help the confirmation. Had a nice engulfing on the 5 right there. 15 also looks pretty bearish. 15 looks bearish on the ES if we could close below now. Yeah, I'd say that's purple level still. Nice. NQ back below that purple. Love to see it. I want to see strong selling. I want to see us take out this 19,860 level right here. That might give us room to that 19,800. Oh, boom. Beautiful sell bubble right there, guys. Strong selling volume. Let's see if we want to continue now. If not, we might trap sellers there. So we have to be patient. 212 left in the 5-minute. That's plenty of time for it to wick right back up. Plenty of time. I'm going to stay in this trade, though. See that? Sweeps coming in. Strong buying coming in. Staying patient. Let's see if we want to trap those buyers immediately, though. Need that liquidity to make a run. I want to target this low right here, this 19,836. Beautiful trade, guys. Oh my goodness. Staying patient. Weighted index looks ready to sell off too, which gives me confidence that we might push lower to this demand zone down here. I want to see this 1-hour demand zone would be fantastic. Guys, amazing trade so far. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Great trade. Great Friday. Love to see it. Love to see it. Give me 1 more dump here. And remember, if we want that 5-minute fair value gap, we have to continue on this 5-minute, and we have to continue on the following 5-minute. So we have to watch how this one closes. It's very important. Very important. Weighted index is trying to hold up VWAP right now. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. When I say the weighted index, I'm talking about this ticker right here. This is Microsoft, Apple, NVIDIA. I believe Tesla and Google, they are very heavily weighted in the NASDAQ and ES top 10 and top 5 stocks. So they have a big pull. So when I see this is weak, that gives me confidence to go short. When I see this is strong, it gives me confidence to go long. Another form of confirmation. Boom, great
Hey,
selling.
hey, Kevin, I think there'll be a bounce off of a breaker block
Yeah, which
at 825. What's
825
that?
breaker block.
I
Eight.
did some pre-market 3-minute breaker blocks and fair value gaps,
Okay.
and every trade's been green. It's going well.
All right, let's see. I'm liking these shorts though. I do want to see if we create a 5-minute fair value gap here. So I want this 5 minute to continue lower. We closed
I
below
just
that purple level.
I just think it might be a bit of a range day, and then all hell breaks loose Monday. Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same too. That's why I definitely took off one right here because in case we do want to range and come back up. But but I thought yesterday would be a range day too. I know Creed thought yesterday would be a range day as well, and it ended up giving us a real nice short move. So I'm just waiting right here on the NASDAQ to see these sellers step in. Buyers are trying their best right now. We do have that divergence. We have bullish divergence on ES. Waiting to see. We have a fair value gap right here on the NASDAQ. Now, we might sweep this fair value gap, then reverse back lower. So I'm really just staying patient on this right now, guys. I had my bearish bias. I had my bearish target. Daily bias. Let's look at our daily time frame. I do believe... So we did sweep that yesterday low. We are out of that range. So we have better odds of going lower than we do going higher. However, the question is when. So we do have a 5-minute fair value gap that formed right here that we're touching right now. Going to mark that out real quick too. And a lot of times we might tap that in reverse. So we're going to be patient right now. Some sweeps coming in, some absorption coming in. I want to see where that breaker block is that you marked. What time frame was it?
yeah, always. Sorry, I was on the wrong app.
That's all right.
So
I like that the
yeah,
buyers are stepping in here into this fair
it was
value gap.
from any time from 7:30 a.m. London time. That's what's that, 2 a.m. On a 3-minute.
Oh, on the 3 minute? Okay, because I'm usually just marking out the 1 minute and the 5 minute for fair value gap. Sometimes the 15 and 30 as well. But 3 minute I usually do not. Bum, bum. But yeah, we'll see. Alright, some good buying pressure coming in. Again, we do have a bit of another fair value gap 1 minute right here. So again, we're just waiting on this. If we come all the way back up, then we get stopped out for break even, so be it. Caught some amazing profits on that initial move. But I'm staying patient on this, right? Just because we have a strong pullback doesn't mean we're going to reverse at this point. Because now look, we have a breaker block right here too. An order block, I should say, on the 5 minute. I like that rejection candle right there. I'm just staying patient. I'm not adding. I already got out of one contract down here. Hindsight, should have took both contracts out, seeing that we might be in a range day, but again, it is what it is. Still had an amazing first trade. Weighted index did pop, so we have to be careful with that. Meta's pretty strong, Apple's pretty strong, Microsoft's pretty strong. Tesla's weak. If we get Nvidia to sell off, Nvidia is below VWAP. Nvidia is a big puller too. Big stepper on Nvidia. If we get below 120 on Nvidia, that'd be fantastic. Nvidia is this chart right here. So I'm staying in these guys. We're staying short. Because also, these lows, I can't help but look at these lows and say there are stop orders there. The market wants to go run that liquidity. And to trust my zones, trust my demand zone that I have down there too. So I'm just staying so patient on this. And I caught some great profits from it too. So I'm not jumping out of this right now. And if it wants to run back to my entry, then I'm going to just stop out probably at that fair value gap. Stop out for a very tiny loss. Got to keep an eye on the 5-minute, though. It's very important. Strong 5-minute, 15-minute, not ideal. 15 minutes not ideal for longs, not ideal for shorts either. 30 is more ideal for shorts. So I'm really just going to stay a little patient. What time is it? Alright, it's at least past 10, so that does give me confidence we could push back and then come back around again. I'm going to just stay patient here, guys. My stop loss is at 19,935. So my entry was at 19,931. My stop loss is at 19,935. It's a 4-point stop loss on the NASDAQ right now. Huge. Good selling right there. Good absorption indicator right there. Let's see if we want to reject and continue back lower again. Apple rejecting. Microsoft's trying to pop near new high a day almost. Struggling a bit. I want to see if this bears. I want to see another strong impulse move will help give me confidence to hold this. Without that, it's going to be a bit tricky. Again, buyers keep stepping in. Buyers are trying to hold it. Might exit, take profit, but I'm going to be patient. Buyers clearly stepped in. Yeah, that's a strong 5-minute candle right there. But 15 and 30 is what's keeping me bearish. But we might just pop right back to that fair value gap. I'm going to wait and see, guys. Let's wait. We're back in this fair value gap on ES as well. Let's see if we want to hold it and give us a push lower. Strong move lower. Strong move lower. Nope, buyers are again trying to hold it, guys. It's a big red flag for our short position. So we're going to let this 1 minute close. Going to see what we can get. I really want to close or push below this blue zone right here. Look at these lower highs we're creating. We had the divergence here and here, which gave us this pullback. I'm just staying short.
Hey, Kevin, at 4 a.m. on the 3-minute candle, I've posted the FVG breaker block.
Okay, let's see.
I might have it wrong. I've just learned it yesterday.
So I'm trying to see. Are you watching my screen? Because we'll look at it together. So where do you? This is the breaker block.
The one below, the blue and green.
The blue and green. Where? I'm sorry.
Down where it says London time 9 a.m. ish. Yeah, that whole idea there.
Down here.
Yeah, I went in on the 1 minute and there was a little reverse head and shoulder.
Okay. A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I would be careful looking for price action patterns on lower time frames because price action patterns don't work out very often. They tend to fail more than they hit, right? So when we're looking for a head and shoulders, it's important maybe look for a 30-minute, a 15-minute. Lower time frame only if you're trading that lower time frame, right? So make sure when you're entering on a potential shoulder, you're putting your stop loss at the head, right? Because we should create that move and we should not break that head if that head and shoulders is the correct move. Guys, look at this NASDAQ short. That's right, we held this and we're still in this right now. Let's go sweep those lows now. But as for the breaker block fair value gap, oh man, nice guys, nice. Breaker block. So is the breaker block the green zone? Because
I think the breaker block, the breaker block's the blue and the oh right, yeah, no, I've screwed that one up. That's not a fair value gap. Let me have a look at the 1 minute.
Sure. Nice selling right here. Guys, NVIDIA back below 120, like I said before, to keep an eye for. Look, NVIDIA's at 119.90 right now, and that's what sort of helped us get this move lower. Always important to use those equities. Give me one more drop, baby. Let's go. Huge trade today, guys. Huge. And I'm looking for it to continue. I really want that demand zone. I really do. 5 minutes got 20 seconds to close. I want it to close below that recent green 5-minute candle. It might wick back up. Right, we might sweep that low and then reverse again. And if that's the case, that does mean we're probably in a range that will look to take profit on this short. New 1-minute candle formed. I'm staying a bit patient here. I do like it still to the downside. We'll keep breaking this purple level and pushing back higher. I do like that 5-minute though. But look at the 5-minute chart, guys. Look how choppy it is, right? So that tells me we are in a range. So I might see if we get one more impulse move lower, and then I might look to exit this trade. But I do still want to really be patient, because that means we haven't gotten our initial move yet, which tells me we still might get that drop lower. And I'm really only looking for about 50 points here on the NASDAQ. Is that 50 points? Oh, no, I'm looking for 90 more points. Why does it say 50? Oh, because we're 58 points away from the entry. Alright, that makes sense. I'm staying in these, but these are a bit harder to hold now. But we did get that nice move. We have been holding. The problem is we're in a range, right? And whenever we're in a range, it makes it 50-50, and it makes all of our setups more risky. When we're in a range, everything is a lot more risky. So if we get one more move to the downside, I most likely will look to take profit. I sort of want to move my stop loss, so if it does pump again, I could just get on out. 20 seconds on the 5-minute, because look at the buying pressure again. It's trying to stack back up. This fair value gap, nice. Yeah, we're just making fair value gaps, and we're just keep on breaking them. The market does not give a shiznit right now about those fair value gaps at all. At all, man. So we're just staying patient right here.
Hey, Kevin, the open at 9:30 a.m. I keep on having to think of US time. Is it hit a fair value gap.
Okay.
Dating back to
I want to see these buyers trapped right here, guys.
5 a.m.
5
It was a
a.m.
fair value gap formed at 5 a.m. and the Nasdaq bounced off of that level.
Okay, 5 a.m. Like down here. Oh yeah, I see that. Okay. Very good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Very good. Good job. What time frame you looking at? 3 minutes still? We're sort of the 5-minute right there. Yeah, that's a pretty clean 5-minute fair value gap. Alright, let's see if we want to drop one more time. Really staying patient on this, but that 5 minutes making it hard because of how choppy we've been. I want to see, look at all this absorption coming up here.
Yeah, maybe I was overthinking it, but that was on the 1 minute.
Gotcha. I'm gonna move my stop loss, guys. To 27. So now this is a no lose trade. And the reason I'm moving my stop loss is because we've just been too choppy right now. We should make our move lower at this point. We should have made our move lower and continue lower, but we haven't. Getting some rejection on Meta. Getting some rejection. We did have a bit of a strong move on Nvidia's back above 120. It's at 120.50 right now. So I want to see it below that again. Some nice selling pressure here on the heat map, on the book map. We're chopping our way lower, but we're trying. Weighted index, bit of a rejection. Nvidia's rejecting, beautiful. Sort of want to exit my full move right here in case we do just chop and we do want to range back higher. But I'm going to stay a bit patient on this. Nasdaq's been much weaker than ES, which again is what's giving me the confidence. That purple level has been acting almost as a level of support. It was a 15-minute close. Let's see us dump right below it. Just take those lows out one more time. Some absorption coming in, which is not good for our short positions.
How many positions have you got left on, Kevin? Just one, yeah?
Yeah, I just got one NASDAQ short open right now. I got out of that other short at this point right here, and sort of just been holding this one. But see how these buyers keep stepping in, the absorptions keep stepping in? Got to be very careful now that we don't reverse back higher like that.
Does that look like it's ranging to you,
yeah? Yeah, this is major range. That's a great point, Victoria. With that being said, I'm probably going to look for one more impulse move to get out. But I want to be patient because we're ranging, we haven't had that initial move. We might range our way lower. But we also might range our way back higher. So we have to be so careful. 15 seconds on that 1 minute. It looks like it might want to reverse. Come on now, give me a good close on that 1 minute lower. Nvidia rejecting beautifully. Weighted index pretty weak. Come on, break that. Break that purple level right there. Break it. Thank you. Perfect. All right, we're going to wait and see, wait and see. There we go. Give me good selling pressure. Give me good selling right now. I want to continue here. I want to take these lows out. I want to take this fair value gap out. Grab that liquidity market. Grab it. Grab it, baby. Grab it. Because we're ranging, right? I'm keep expecting a break and we keep failing that break. So it really makes me want to be patient, makes me want to consider getting all out of this position. But because I'm still trading with the market, I'm still trading with the trend, overall trend is bearish. Be a little patient on this. I don't like that 1 minute at all. Let this 1 minute try to dump. Got to look at the 5 minute. 5 minutes way more important than the 1 minute. 5 minutes got 2:30 left to close. So that means it's got time to dump. It's got time to pump. I'm going to probably look to exit if this 1 minute flips green. Just be a little patient for a sec. 19 seconds. Yep, 1 minute flipping green again. And again, we're in a range. We're in a range right now. So let's let this 1 minute close. 7 seconds. Nvidia's back trying to make it below 120, which again gives me the confidence for the Bears. 5 minutes, still got 2 minutes left. Want to see a strong dump. I want to see us take these lows out. I really do, but we're struggling to pretty bad. So with that being said, I might look to take profit here for the chance that we don't make lows again, right? If we don't make any lows again, I'm just going to end up holding this and it's going to go to break even, and I don't want that. I want to be able to take good profits on this trade. So again, we're really just going to be a little patient, see if we get one more drop.
At
Nope,
10:40.
Yeah.
We've got some news coming in 15 minutes.
Got you, thank you, sir. Time is announced. Alright, it is 10:23 right now. So again, we're just ranging right now. We're not really getting much of a move. I do want to see us push below this level. 1 minute left on the 5 minute. That's a pretty nice rejection right there. Pretty good, pretty good. Pretty good, guys. Let's see. If we start to pop back higher, I'm going to just get right on out. I want to see this. I want the selling to tick lower. I want to hear that ticking noise on bookmap. 30 seconds left. "25 seconds on this 1 minute." I got my finger on the exit position right now, because if this thing flips green, I'm just getting right out. It's NVIDIA. I need NVIDIA below 120. It's at 120.04 right now. 120.03. Alright, NVIDIA back below 120. Weighted index pretty weak. Apple below VWAP. Microsoft's pretty weak. It's just hard right here, guys. It's real hard. Not really getting that continuation. We're just getting chop right now. Okay, let's see. If NVIDIA's weak...
Kevin,
yes.
would you not set a stop loss 20 points higher?
No, I'm probably going to look to take profit here, actually. Let's see. Let's see if it gives us one more dump. But that book map's telling me buyers are trying to step in. Yes, looks pretty weak. Weighted index is just chopping around right now. So because of the consistent chop, I'm probably going to look to get out pretty soon over here towards the bottom. Because again, we might not make those lows. We might not make our way to that demand zone. And I don't want to be bag holding and have this thing run all the way back up to my entry point. I'd much rather take profit down here. This was also my initial first TP. So let's see if sellers want to step in one more time. I'll give them one more 1 minute candle. And we'll take it from there. Because I do still like the selling. I still like that selling pressure. ES is much weaker now. Trying to push weaker. I like that. I want to see weak ES. NVIDIA's dancing around the 120 level. One dump. One big dump. All I want is 90 more points. Is that so much to ask? I guess it is.
Kevin, if you sold it, closed it right here, and then it did drop afterwards, would you be upset or would you still be happy?
Nah, at that point it's tough because you move your stop to break even. You should be moving your stop to break even when you have strong confirmation in the trade. You shouldn't be moving the stop to break even on the first move away, because then it could come back, retest, and push back again. As for this trade, I like that momentum. Let's see if we want to continue a little bit. Come on now. Come on now. Oh, yeah.
You want low of day, Kevin?
Dude, I want demand. I want demand way down here. Oh my goodness. I'll dance for you guys if we go hit that. I'm kidding, we're gonna hit that, so I'm not gonna dance for you guys. It's gonna give us another drop. I'm probably gonna get out early to lock in some gains. I'm up, down. Alright, I'm gonna get all out there, guys. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful trade. Holy cow, guys. Wow. Wow.
I don't envy you having to trade the OPEX price action. It's nuts.
What was that?
You're always getting Fridays, which is like, well, today's options expiration, so.
Right. Hold up, guys. Give me a half a second. Be right there. Alright, ladies and oh, wait. Alright, ladies and gents, I am back, and look at that. So there's that negative 50%, there's that other initial target. Now, when we're using optimal trade entry, we want to target a strong level of demand, area of interest, or we want to use the optimal trade entry, the negative 50 and the negative 61%. So that negative 50% hit, great. Yo, this was a crazy good trade, guys. Beautiful. Like, we were good, we were patient, we got in because, let's go over some confirmations, let's break it down a little bit, and I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. So any questions, definitely let me know. So here is our trade review, real quick, right? Open this up a little bit, we'll take a look at what we were doing and looking at. So our initial entry, we had our initial move right here, we had now this looks like it's a higher high, but we have to remember, zooming out, we've been creating lower highs, we've been very bearish, so we're looking for an OTE to the downside. So we had our sweep of these highs, our reversal, so we had our initial move right here. This is leg number 1 to the downside. So I threw up my Fibonacci from our highs to our lows, and it gave us our optimal trade entry, that's 61%. Now, when we have our optimal trade entry, that's 61%, what we do is we look and see if there's a fair value gap, a breaker block, or an order block inside that zone. Now, I saw we had it looks like this was a 1 minute fair value gap right here, because remember on the 5 minute, it was just chop. It was this OTE was off of just a 10-minute move, right? Just 2 5-minute candles. So we had our OTE, 1 minute fair value gap. We tapped it, and then we rejected. Now at this point, I started my position right here. And what happened was, because I started a light position, I was able to wait for extra confirmation. We ended up pulling back. We pulled right back, but we made divergence. Divergence is when the ES made a higher high while the NQ made a lower high. So that's the divergence. And for that divergence to play out, NQ should not breach that previous high. So at that point, I added to the trade. So I'm adding to my winner and moving my stop loss. Because it shouldn't break that previous high, I'm able to make my stop loss really tight when I add to it. Because of that, we were able to ride it down. We were able to take our first take profit at this key level here. We were able to watch it chop up and down and just stay patient and stress-free, because we knew we were trading with the trend, which we could easily see the trend on the daily time frame. And it was just a very simple, easy move. And that is exactly what we want to be doing in the market. We want to be able to repeat our setups all the time. We want to look for our setups every day. We want to look for our moves, everything. Now,
hey Kevin, where was your Fibonacci level from? Did you say there was a pivot or something?
Yep. So the Fibonacci is, we're going to look for an initial move, right? So we had move right here, right? So we had this move right here from 937 to about 941, and that could have potentially been, guys, we're going to go hit that demand zone now too. That's awesome. But my Fibonacci was formed from the high to the low of this bear move, right? So we swept some pre-market highs, and I wanted to take it short because we've been very bearish. So I was able to put my fib from the top to the bottom, and that will give me the 61 and 78%. Will always be closer to the start of the range, to the start of the move. So that gives me the zone right here. So that gives me, where is my arrow tool? Make this an arrow. So that gives me this optimal trade entry zone right here. And guys, we're about to go hit that final take profit, that demand zone. Beautiful, beautiful. And guys, check out NVIDIA, check out Microsoft, check out our weighted index. Right here is what I was looking at, this weighted index, very bearish. NVIDIA 118 now, really fantastic stuff. Really, really great stuff. Ready? We're going to go hit that demand zone, and I'm going to wrap this up. If you guys do have any other questions, let me know. Fantastic day today, guys. I do hope some of you were able to catch some shorts with me. Let's see, my final take profit was...
That's awesome. Thanks, Kevin.
Absolutely. Final take profit was 19,816. So again, I took profit a bit early on this trade. But when you look at that final take profit, this is still an 8-to-1 risk to reward trade. That is huge. That is phenomenal. That is what we look for. We look for tight stops, tight moves, and larger take profits. We want our risk to be so minimum to our winners that we could go lose 3 or 4. We could go be undisciplined if we want for 2 or 3 trades. As long as we're being disciplined on the risk management side, we are safe. Because when we look for high risk to reward trades, we are taking 8-to-1. Now, if I'm taking an 8-to-1, and let's say basic $100 is a risk, so that would be $800 as profit. I could go lose 3 trades, be down 300, go win my 1 trade for 800, and now I'm positive 500 on the day. And again, with trading, it's just about compounding. What you could do with 100, you could do with 1,000. So we're just staying patient. We're just find good risk to reward setups. We just wait for them. Really, really great stuff today. That is awesome.
Awesome, Kev.
Really good stuff. And that's just trading the trend.
Yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of this, Kevin, the optimal trades, and I'm just using a small count spread betting in England, which you can do. I don't know if you can do that in the States, but basically they steal 6 points every trade.
Oh, jeez. Mavic and YouTube said what time frames. So this is the 1 minute right now. This is the 1 minute right here. We see it's the 1 minute or the 5 minute. When I click the time frame change, it changes it on each chart just to keep it smooth for us. So real good stuff, guys. Great stuff. K-Man asked, I don't know if he's in here right now. I don't think he is. Alright, so we are good. We're chilling. YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. That was an awesome trade. Go check out, I just dropped the optimal trade entry video on YouTube. That is a fantastic video. Guys, this OTE setup thing, freaking golden. I love it. I love it. I'll always love it. But just because I love it, just because it works out well, just because it has good risk to reward, does not mean it works 100% of the time. Nothing in the market does. However, it's something that you add to your confluence and to your trades, right? It's something you say, okay, if I have an optimal trade entry and a fair value gap, if I have an optimal trade entry and a fair value gap, and SMT divergence, right? The SMT divergence is the nail to say, take that trade, put your stop loss near that SMT divergence. And that's what helps us find those really clean-cut, tight stop losses as well. Now, this trade over here on ES also would have worked out. We would have had a bit of a higher stop loss, and even if we did target down here, it still only would have been a 5-to-1. 5-to-1 risk to reward is still fantastic, but it's nowhere near an 8-to-1. Well, it's close to an 8-to-1, but 8-to-1 is much stronger. This was nearly a 10-to-1 risk to reward. Just, again,
Sorry, Kevin.
good stuff.
What did you say gave you a tight stop loss? What was the method you were using?
The SMT. Yes, exactly.
SMT.
Yep.
Thank you.
Smart money trading. That's the divergence. I do have a video on that as well for you guys. But that would be this right here, this purple level. We see that the NASDAQ created a lower high on the 1 minute after rejecting the fair value gap, while ES made a higher high. That shows bearish divergence on the NASDAQ, so I was able to add to my trade and move my stop loss a lot tighter. Wow, look at that. It just missed that last demand zone entry. I'm sure it'll get there at some point. But for today, guys, again, I hope you guys caught some of that short, fantastic trade today. It was about 100 points, 110 points on the NASDAQ. Cannot complain, guys. NASDAQ's been giving us some clean moves this week with all that selling pressure. Alright, guys. Cheers, everyone. Take care. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you all soon. Be well.
Thanks, Kevin.
Legendary. See you next week.
Yes, sir. Take care.